Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Shudder's new period horror film, The Devil's Bath. And this is, picture it, Austria, 18th century. And it's that kind of film where you focus on this young woman, and she gets into this marriage, lives out in the woods, isn't really accepted into this lifestyle, does not connect with her, she's not really accepted, and kind of loses connection with her husband. She has an overbearing mother-in-law, and the wilderness drives her crazy. She does things that even more drives her crazy. But this is from directors Severin Fiala and Veronica Franz, and who co-wrote the film together as well. And this really offers up a fantastic performance from Anya Pleshkin, who is fantastic as our titular Agnes. She goes through so much and she portrays so much in her performance. You feel the emotion, you feel the isolation, you feel the sadness that's slowly taking her over throughout this film. When we see her get to the point where she's just not into this anymore, you feel the lack of connection, you feel the lack of energy, and then when certain things start taking a turn for her own health, she really sells that like sickness, those elements in this performance, all the way leading up to some later scenes where she just lets it all out there. And this performance is pretty impressive. And this film has this dark, just haunting, eerie kind of feel to it. And I think Martin Glischleck, who's the cinematographer, really captures the beauty but the starkness of this Austrian woods and wilderness. And there's gorgeous natural elements to this film, but there's also this unnerving sense of just grim atmosphere that just kind of blankets over this. This folk horror film really leans into the isolation. You feel the emotional beatdown of David Scheide's Wolf, her husband, who's kind of just losing interest in her, her mother-in-law, who's so overbearing and aggressive and mean, and you just see this woman shattering. But then it gets to some uncomfortable elements. There's some grim, disturbing elements of like seeing beheadings and like rotting heads and this weird thing where they're trying to get poison out of the body and there's like this thread that gets cut through the back of their neck and you just slide it back and forth. And you're just like, oh, now I'm just thinking about Hereditary. I don't like this. It doesn't have a ton of gore and blood, but when those things happen, it's so poignant and just so raw, and you're just like, ugh, this makes you feel so uncomfortable about it. And this film takes this woman on this harrowing spiral of a journey, and the themes and ideas of, married life and what we need as human beings to feel fulfilled in our lives. And unfortunately, Agnes goes to some dark places, and there's some horrible things that she winds up doing, and it all leads up to this really intense and just disturbing finale for this film that says so much about humanity. And this film has a lot of great things to it. I will say, it is very methodical. It is very loose in terms of narrative. And this is a full 2-hour movie. It will turn a lot of people off. But if you're ready to get lost in this disturbing, haunting Austrian woods for this German folk horror film, there's a lot to appreciate and a lot to dig underneath your skin with. But those are my thoughts on The Devil's Bath. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.